Welcome to Koco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Koco from Kocosports.com or Kocosports.net, KOCOsports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass. You're home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. This is our weekly Ring of Honor television review. Please, down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie what you thought of this show. Overall, I was a little hard on Ring of Honor last week. I'm flirting somewhere between a tie and a slight win, and I'm going to maybe go slight win. It had a lot of my favorite athletes on it, so I'm going to give it a slight win. I understand if some people say tie. Basically, this whole television hype behind it was Lethal versus ACH 2. Lethal versus ACH 1 was absolutely amazing, probably one of the best matches on free television. So this was part 2. It was supposed to be a high pay-per-view match, but there was an airplane, a flight missing, I don't know, some type backstage drama, and the match didn't happen, but we got it for free on television, so that's a good thing about that. They started off. Before I start breaking this down, I have a question, because Ring of Honor is our smallest community. Ring of Honor gets the least amount of views, so let's try to get some conversation. A lot of Ring of Honor guys are just headed straight up to NXT, TNA, WWE, and, you know, they're getting cherry-picked. It's like the Tampa Bay Rays of Major League Baseball. They make the stars, and then someone comes by and steals them. But out of this new class of stars, the younger guys, who's your favorite? They're really doing, I don't know if they're doing a good job or not, but they're trying. They're putting effort into just building new stars. Ring of Honor is. Which of the new guys is your favorite? That is my question. And you know, I'm picturing Roderick Strong is considered an older guy. I would say maybe ACH is considered a newer guy. But out of the young, I guess the new generation of Ring of Honor, who is your personal favorite? Me, I absolutely love ACH. I fell in love with him when I saw him at Beyond Wrestling, and been in love with him ever since. He's one of my favorite guys. So I was really excited for this matchup, especially after the first one that went down. All right, let's break it down. It starts off with Truth Martini and Jay Lethal cutting a promo. Ring of Honor does a real good job of getting you interested in the product right away. They have these short promos, and no matter who's in the short promo, it gets you pumped up. Sometimes it's the Briscoes, sometimes it's the Kingdom. Today it was Truth Martini and Jay Lethal, but they cut these short promos. Like they have an intro about how they build up to excellence, and then they have a short promo, and then they have the regular song usually. That's how the format goes. But their opening promos backstage are really good. Like a lot of times you're like, oh, okay, I gotta watch wrestling. All right, this is what I do. Flip, you click it on. I don't know why I turned into a depressed Mark Henry. This is what I do. But click, and usually like after that first promo, I'm like, oh shit, let's get fucking rolling on this. So Ring of Honor does a really good job at those opening promos. The first match, you got Caprice Coleman, Will Ferreira, and Tadarius Thomas. I apologize that I slaughtered all your names. Then my personal favorite, Roderick Strong, BJ Whitmore, and Adam Page. It was a pretty good match. A lot of stiff chops, as you would expect in a Roderick Strong match. And basically the finishes, Coleman hits the Thief in the Night for the victory. And it was pretty good. The big thing about it is their little faction broke up. Roderick Strong, BJ Whitmore, and Adam Page. BJ Whitmore took the place of Adam Page, and Roderick Strong, which Florida is his hometown. And a lot of people online were complaining that they were expecting a bigger pop and all that. Florida is not that type of crowd. Florida usually roots for their own people. It's hard. It's hard to get people from Florida excited about pro wrestling unless you do it weekly, unless it feels like it's their product. And it's hard to draw in Florida. You really have to bust your ass to draw in Florida. It's not like the Northeast where you're just like, hey, there's a wrestling ring, come and go. You have to, it has to feel like it's part of them. I used to run a federation down in Florida, and we drew with local talent. And then people would come by with CM Punk, John Cena, and have all these stars. And those two names are a shoot, and they wouldn't outdraw us. There's something about Florida where people are like, well, if I'm going to watch pro wrestling, I want to watch my pro wrestling. So I'm glad Ring of Honor got it, but I know a lot of fans in Ring of Honor are used to Northeast crowds, and Florida's not like that. I thought there was a pop, but some people online were like, "Oh, what the hell?" And I don't know. I'm hoping that Roderick Strong turns face, but it really wasn't clear if he was face or he was the heel. But it leads. Well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, overall, pretty good opening match. Pretty exciting. Everyone got their stuff in. A lot of strong, stiff chops. So it was enjoyable. Then comes out Raymond Rowe Spee. Raymond Rowe. And he's in a motorcycle accident, and he's cutting a promo coming back. I really don't know much about this, but I like when independents and companies check in on the hurt wrestlers. I don't know. It just seems like the right thing to do. And he goes out there to cut a promo, but before he even gets started, BJ Whitmore and Adam Page come out. The problem with BJ Whitmore and Adam, I was about to say Adam Cole, Adam Page coming out right away, it just seems awkward. I don't know if there was something, like, if it was patched up this way. I would have had something in between before them come back out, because it's like, oh, they went out? I'm like, wait a second, I forgot to say something. They treated this promo like they forgot their keys on the way out of the house. But they cut it off. They kind of punk him out. Hopefully it leads to Raymond Rowe fighting BJ Whitmore. BJ Whitmore cuts a decent promo, setting up a match between him and Roderick Strong, but there's a twist. At the very end, he's like, oh, Adam Page will take him on. And that's supposed to happen at the next pay-per-view. And I look forward to that. I'm a huge Roderick Strong fan. I got to watch him come up through Florida, and just a huge fan of him. Hopefully he gets to go up to the next step. Then it came to the main event. The good thing about this main event was we were pumped up. We wanted to see it. Everyone was talking about it. And they give us the main event, and there's tons of time left. I looked on the clock. I'm like, for real? For reals? That's how much time is left on this show? They gave the main event plenty of time. It was nowhere near as good as the first one, but still pretty good. ACH took a weird-ass bump outside the ring. There was like a huge thud. The camera didn't pick it all up, but it looked nasty, and the announcers really put it over. Oh, and my homeboy Steve Corino is back. I don't know what happened and why. Steve Corino, never leave again. I love you more than a straight man should. You make the show a million times better. But it was a pretty decent match. It just didn't live up to the hype of the first one. I know they were trying to do something different, but do what you're good at. Do what you're good at. Go out there and fucking whoop some ass. Hopefully there'll be an ACH Jay Lethal 3, and when that happens, both of them will work the style of one. They seem to have a lot slower style. So the big thing at the end was Lethal hits a super kick and a lethal ejection, but then ACH kicks out, and the crowd goes absolutely crazy. But after being shocked, then Lethal just picks him up and gives him a cradle DDT, and 1, 2, 3. I thought this was kind of cool because it got a good reaction from the crowd. But I also thought of, like, yeah, that kind of shits on your finisher. Like, your finisher is supposed to be your best move. I forgot to mention this. Seidel was ringside during this. Didn't do much commentary. It was really quiet. Not exactly the biggest thing. And he goes out there. He checks on ACH, and then he goes up to Lethal. They look like they're gonna shake hands. And then Seidel does something like straight from the fucking 80s. You know, when you go to shake hands, you're like, I'm too cool, I'm too quick. He does that. And Truth Martini sells this move better than anyone. Just Truth Martini's just standing there in shock. Like, did this motherfucker just do the... I don't know, was it the 80s or 90s? I don't know. Remember when people were dicks? Okay, they didn't stop being dicks. They just evolved. But at one time, people used to go shake hands, and then they'd be like, no! And ha ha ha! He does that. And Truth Martini sells it like $1 million fucking dollars. It looks like he just killed his family. If you only see like 1 5-second clip, please see Truth Martini sell the whole not shaking hands thing. And then he said, he points to the title, and they're gonna have a title match between Sydal and Lethal, which should be absolutely awesome. And Truth Martini, I didn't like him at first. I mean, I really liked him with Roderick Strong, obviously, but that's just because I love Roderick Strong way too much. But dude, he's really grown on me. I find him to be fucking hilarious. I find him to be absolutely awesome. But Truth Martini, he fucking sells this handshake fucking better than anything. So it'll be Matt Sydal versus Jay Lethal, and then next week it's AJ versus Hansen. And that's what they hype up before they go off the air. I don't know about how I feel about Hansen. I don't. People ask me all the time. It just seems like it's a good indie gimmick that seems so out of place in Ring of Honor. But we'll see how he does on the big stage with AJ Styles. Overall, I give it a big win. It's nowhere near as good as, ACH Lethal 1, but it was still pretty damn good. I give it a weak win. They gave the match plenty of time. It's just they were trying a different style, and it just was awkward. I understand there's a lot of pressure to put on a different style match, but come on. And there was a nasty spill and all that. And Truth Martini, you get my MVP. Oh, man. There was a time I hated Truth Martini, and that was the time I was absolutely wrong. So there you go. Overall, give Ring of Honor a win. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you for the likes on the Facebook. And all right, do you think Ring of here's a question from Google Plus. Do you think Ring of Honor is now the number 2 company because TNA has moved to a smaller network? Sorry, I stuttered on your damn question. I should be wearing my glasses, and I'm an idiot. I'm punch-drunk fool. I don't know. I think with Jarrett, ROH, Lucha Underground, TNA, I think being second place is going to be a real battle. I think WWE has first lockdown for a really long time. I'd love to see all these companies work together, but, that's not going to happen. But the battle for number 2 is what really excites me. I still think TNA is a little bit number 2. I mean, they just got off Spike a couple days ago. They have more money. I don't know. I still think TNA is number 2 as far as, like, if you had to rank the companies. I do probably enjoy the Ring of Honor product a little more than TNA because TNA has some stuff that's a lot better than Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor is consistent and TNA has some really bad stuff. So I think if you go off which one do I find more entertaining, in America, I'd probably rank it Lucha Underground, which is kind of living off it's brand new, look how sexy it is. I really like Lucha Underground, and then probably Ring of Honor, then TNA, and then, NXT probably be high up the list. Basically, Monday Night Raw and the pay-per-views are the worst in America, in my opinion. But they're the ones that people watch the most, so go figure. All right, well, thank you for that comment. And, I should be back later to do a Lucha Underground. I also going to do NXT and SmackDown this week, and hopefully maybe get in some more shows. Please like, comment, subscribe, and also check out on our channel. We got the Survivor Series preview, and we also done a bunch of different videos this week. So please like, comment, subscribe, and above all, check out Kocosports.net, our blog. We hope one day we keep building, we keep improving. We'll be your number 1 stop for wrestling reviews and combat sports news. All right, thank you. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.